Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the call to action banner in WordPress Nextr. This is part of a series of videos taking a look at Nextr's blocks one by one. To get started, let's open up a brand new blank page and take a look at this block on its own. For the beginners out there, before we continue any further, let's go ahead and take care of some housekeeping things. If this right-hand sidebar isn't here, click on this button called Settings. It's beside the Publish button on the top right corner, and this is where all of our settings to toggle and configure for the block will show up. Next, let's give our page a title. Just to keep things organized, and last but not least, let's add the block itself. On the top left corner, click on this plus icon called the block inserter, and we can either search for the block or we can just scroll down. Nextr blocks is right here. But if we just type in CTA, we'll get CTA banner, okay, and that's going to be our block, okay. And here, all it is a image with some text overlay. So before we add in the image, just to keep it a bit easier to take a look at, right? We're watching a tutorial here. You can see once we hover over it, there is an image animation, right? A hover animation. And the first thing that we're going to go ahead and configure is the style. So there are a few styles to choose from where you want your text to be placed, right? And let's go ahead and put it over on the middle, just to make things easier to see for the moment. We can add our image over here, but before we do that, well, let's go and put it inside. Before we do that, let's keep it over here and let's put in our right. And then here is our description. It's not going to be here, but and we can change the hover style to be something else. Okay. And yeah, parallax over here. Let's just go with blur just to make it a bit easier to read. And we can also input a button. Well, add a button over here. Let's go ahead and we can add a link to this where we want it to go. So usually for a call to action banner, you'd want to put this on the front of your homepage to get your users to click. So let's go ahead and add an icon. All right, YouTube icon over here. You can change the spacing over here and you can customize the size and all of that. And that's about it for here. Now under style, we can go ahead and change the title typography to something else, right? We make it bigger. And we can change the colors. For the subtitle over here, we can change the color. We can change the typography for this, just make it a bit bigger over like this. All right, and then our description, we can change our spacing over here. I'll probably change the top spacing. Our bottom spacing is going to be like this. And let's change our typography for this and just make it a bit like bigger, just so that we can actually read it. And we can change our button colors, our spacing. Here we can change, let's go ahead and make it red because it's a YouTube subscribe button. Box shadow, we can change the background for this as well. So let's go ahead and add in an image just so you can see how it looks like with an image on it. And let's choose this brown dog. Okay, you can see it's a bit hard to read. So let's go ahead and change where we want to put this, probably over here. And that looks great. So last but not least, let's take a look at the advanced settings. We have our global settings here, which the advanced tab is common to every single Nextr block, by the way. We can change our spacing, our background, scroll animations, our display rules, our hard position settings such as z-index, and our responsive settings to hide this on desktop, tablet, and our mobile. So let's go ahead and click on Publish and take a look at how this looks like on our live site. So if you can imagine, this is going to be your homepage. We have our image here, right? And when we hover over it, it lets us see real clearly our text overlay over our image here, right? And when we hover off the image comes back into focus. So there is your call to action banner in WordPress Next. If you wanted to adjust the size, you can do that from the advanced settings, or you can just put this in a container with some other things to look at. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm show this kind of video to other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you found this video helpful, be sure to check out one of our other videos, or go ahead and check out our channel and subscribe to see more content like this.